I was sketching my character again, because I can't really seem to get creative and do anything else, so I decided to make myself another profile picture. It was originally going to be for my other channel, but then I ended up using it for this one, in case you didn't notice. So now you get to see the process of how I did it. Well, of course I had my original sketch, which was really helpful, and then I just put that into Photoshop and just started tracing around it, or redrawing it essentially, because the first sketch is never the exact sketch that I want to use. I really like experimenting with different expressions, different poses, trying to get this all looking right. It looks like she's turning her head suddenly and the hair is just following behind that action. Who knows what she's turning so suddenly to look at? I certainly don't. But it is a very nice dynamic pose, so that's why we're doing it. I also tried very hard to keep a lot of straight edges in this drawing. Of course, it's not perfectly sharp corners, but I did like the look of how the hair had the straighter lines kind of connecting to make the curve instead of perfectly smooth curves, if that makes sense. I just thought it looked really interesting and it was a different style that I was trying. Actually, this whole drawing is a completely new style to me. I've never done anything in this style before, and this is one of those drawings where I was looking at it for so long, for an entire day, and even now when I go back and look at it, I'm still not sure if I like it, but I do think I learned quite a bit while doing it at least. I would say the outlining is the most fun for me because I really like just drawing shapes and I've always been good at that, but when it comes to coloring, that's where I struggle quite a bit. At the moment, I thought this was good enough and I was gonna start coloring, and so I did. I'm gonna be honest, this was my second try doing it. I'm not gonna show you the first attempt because that would just be too much extra content in this video, but I did color the entire thing and then recolored it, so this is the second attempt of me coloring it. I was trying a different style the first time and it just wasn't working out. This time around, I tried using the lasso tool as much as possible to get the base shapes painted, which usually I just paint those in, but I was trying to get the hang of using the lasso tool, and it is so difficult. I couldn't make that thing go smooth, and I did it the entire time and it didn't get any better. Maybe there's a trick to it that I don't know, but I could not draw smooth lines to save my life with that thing. I still tried to use it. I was very committed to trying to learn how to use it or trying to get smoother strokes, but I ended up going in and touching it up with a brush anyway because it was just way too messy. That part didn't work out so well, but I did end up using it later on even to add all the shading and stuff. So I'd mark off the space with the lasso tool, then use a soft brush over that area just to add a little bit of shading, and then I just continued this process for the entire thing really. Since I didn't really have any references I was using, I was just kind of making it up, kind of making up the lighting and stuff, which I know I'm not really good at that. I tend to do this way too much in my art. I just make stuff up. Don't really use references much. Maybe I was just looking at it too long, like I said before, because it was just looking off to me. And I ended up redoing a lot of it and retouching it up many times, as you will see. I really need to figure out how to keep the line work nice and tidy while doing stuff like this. What I did on mine is probably not the best thing I could have done, but I just kept that same outline that I had originally drawn, and I just put it as an overlay over all of the colors just to kind of take on some of those colors and change them a little bit, so it probably wasn't the best way to change the colors of it. Maybe I should have just painted those on separately again, but I was lazy at that point. I didn't want to redraw all those. And I guess it looks okay in the end. It doesn't look terrible, but obviously it's not the cleanest it could have been, and maybe I just need to practice more and try out different things. Something I was also too lazy to change or to fix. Everything had the overlay outline except for the eyes. I just left those as black because I had just painted it on a single layer, so the eyes still have the black outline and the rest of it does not. And it does bother me a little bit that I left it like that, but it doesn't look too bad. It's easy enough to overlook it in the end, let's just put it that way. I was just too lazy to repaint those eyes completely. One of my favorite things about this picture is that she is more true to my Minecraft skin than my current profile picture, which is the one I did in 2017, so 4 years ago, and my Minecraft skin has changed a couple times since then, so obviously I need my profile picture to match. So now I have this little headband thing in my hair, so I was really happy to actually include that, so now she's more accurate to my current Minecraft skin, which is really nice. After some final touches with the coloring, this is the version that you see me post everywhere all over the internet before I changed it again. Yeah, I did. I posted it everywhere. I posted it on Instagram and all over YouTube, and then I changed it again. Well, okay, just look at her. She's turning her head, but she's straining her neck, and she's gonna snap her neck if she turns her head anymore. She looks like an owl. So I'm going to just rotate her body just a little bit so it looks like she's not straining so hard to turn her head, because it does look a little painful the longer I looked at it. So here we go, we're gonna try redrawing this and repainting some of it. So I guess that's another thing, that I am not always a very patient person with my art, and it's always a good idea to step away from it and come back to it. But I usually don't have the patience for that, I just want to get it done right now. But the couple times I did come back to it, I would start to notice things I didn't notice before, so it is a good idea to take breaks every once in a while. I'm talking to myself really, because I never do that, or don't do that as often as I should maybe. Let's quickly finish this once and for all, shall we? This final version of it turned out the best of all of them, and I'm really glad I redid it because I think it turned out okay. Yeah, I'm still not too crazy about it. It's not my favorite, but considering it was my first time trying it with this gradient style of shading, I think it turned out okay. Well enough for me to make this video and to actually use it as my profile picture. So I hope you enjoyed this quick time lapse, this look at how I did it, some of my thoughts and frustrations as I was doing it, and maybe it will inspire you to do some more digital painting yourself. I need to do more of it myself too. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you in another one sometime. Bye!